Everyone, welcome to Toy Talking Stuff. This is GL1, and I just wanted to do a quick little episode on a couple of things. First of all, our ongoing saga of the Optimus Prime Cybertron, how he has morphed into many different forms, and this is the final showing of Optimus Prime Cybertron. Anything that you want to say, Optimus?
All we need is a little energon and a lot of luck.
Well, we have definitely have, I think, luck on our side, and enough energon to show you everything going on here. So, remember from one of the more recent shows, this is the final automobile form of Optimus Prime, Cybertron. All right, and this can form into this. Now remember, before he had Jetfire attached. This is with his own armor that comes off here, this, you see, and this would attach to his back. And you may notice that the colors are different. This is sort of a dark gray, almost black kind of background, whereas this is, you see, blue. So you see his legs here are a different color. This is a special edition color. So they didn't make a lot of these. I remember one evening I just happened to stop off in a Target and I saw this like in the kind of the clearance area, and I went, "Ooh, wow, that's different." And I picked this guy up, and I like the colors even better on this one. So this is a special edition Optimus Prime Cybertron. And they even made a little miniature one like this, and he can move his legs in different positions, and his arms and his shoulders, and he will convert into the truck. Let me see if I can convert it quickly enough. It's not always, it's a little tight on a couple of things, so I don't always find it to be the easiest transformation. And no, I don't. I still don't. So anyway, that is the form that he looks like. You've seen him in vehicle form anyway. He basically looks like a miniature version of that. Okay, and that is from 2006. And then in 2019, they re-released Optimus Prime Cybertron as SG-37, and he is like this. Now, he doesn't have any missiles that shoot, and he doesn't make any sounds like the original, but he has better articulation, more of a model feel to it instead of like maybe a toy, just kind of more serious, but also more to the scale of a lot of the newer Optimus Prime toys. So these are obviously a different scale, and so if you buy a lot of the Netflix Optimus Prime toys that go with the Netflix series, this is in the same scale as that. So I guess that's maybe what they were thinking of making it that way. I still prefer this this form. I think it's really just a great toy. It's heavy. The plastic is good. I love the shock absorber wheels. I like the fact that it shoots missiles, lights up, and makes some sound. So thanks again, Optimus, for that. Anything you want to add to that? No, right. Well, it's just the transformation sound. And the other thing I'd like to discuss with you all is I purchased a model. So sometimes when you're going to one of these toy websites like Big Bad Toy Store or TF Source, Transformers Source, they'll have a really cool model displayed, okay? And here's one that I got. I saw this Aria, all right, and it was $59. So it's the figure with the motorcycle, and it's really difficult to see. It's because it's so dark, but there's like a robot wolf, and you can change her coloring on the armor to sort of a white and black, and add some yellow. She has a face change. So I'm like, this is $59, and I was like, wow, that really looks cool. For $59, all right, it's a model, all right. I put together some models before, and I got through and I put her together, and here's my conclusion. It looks nice. It does have good articulation. It is not easy to do. You have to really be very careful with the razor blade cutting the pieces. It's not always obvious where the piece ends and where it's actually attached to. Actually, I'm going to show you here. It's model form. So they have these model forms, okay, like this. You have your plate and you cut the pieces out, okay. But sometimes the pieces are so small, it's difficult to tell where you're supposed to cut it, and you can cut the piece wrong. Fortunately, this comes with different colors, so sometimes you get an extra, but sometimes you don't. And I did lose like an elbow that went to a different color, and I couldn't replace that with that color, but I replaced it with another. The other thing that is very difficult to deal with is you're not supposed to glue it so that you can swap out the coloring if you want, change your armor. But it doesn't stay together unless certain things just do not stay together. Couldn't get them to stay together unless I glued them. So I used shoe glue and I glued some things together. But it's still very easy to lose her wrist, lose her hand, comes off. Even like here, the bicep is kind of split, and it's not, all the way together. I've tried trimming the plastic very neatly. I'm probably going to end up gluing it, and just like that's the way it looks. I'm not going to worry about changing her forearm to a different armor or something later. So what I can say is they're neat. They're a lot of work. There's a reason why they cost a lot less than if it was already put together, because it's not just the time consuming, it's the fact that they really don't work as well as a already put together toy. So keep that in mind when you purchase one of these. All right. And let's see. Also, I wanted to tell you about how I talk about how my toys are friends. And I wanted to give you an example of that. So any of you out there that watch WWE, you may remember from a few years ago, there was the Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho Festival of Friendship. All right. So these two guys here, Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens, were a tag team partnership, and they were friends. And Chris Jericho is very, kind of a crazy guy, and he put together this thing called a Festival of Friendship, where he had artwork and he had, all these niceties that he wanted to present Kevin with to show as his token of his friendship. And it was so silly that Kevin ended up just couldn't take it, and he ended up beating Chris Jericho up. Now, of course, it's wrestling. This is all planned, and it's not a real fight. But actually, I wanted to tell you, this is a variant. This box, I got it at Ross, and this is the championship belt, and this is the USA title belt. Actually, they're supposed to be switched. He was the US title, and Kevin Owens was the champ. So the belts are in the wrong place. So I've never opened it, and I never intend to, because it looks great just like it is in the box. If you want to see the Festival of Friendship, you can see it on YouTube. When you pull up, you just type in Festival of Friendship WWE, And the segment that shows Jericho presenting all these gifts and celebration of their friendship, that segment is 4 minutes and 55 seconds. If you want to see where Kevin Owens destroys everything and then beats up Chris Jericho, that's a few videos down, and that one is 6 minutes and 55 seconds. So that way you can find out, see both parts of it. Okay. I have an email here. This is an email from this action figure, Tegan Knox. Tegan Knox sent me an email, and let's see. So she's been wrestling since 2013, and she often teamed up with Dakota Kai. Another wrestler named Rhea Ripley actually did real severe damage to her knee accidentally in a match, tore ligaments and things like that. It took her about a year to come back, and she was basically fired from the company in 2021, or they say released. They released her from the contract, and so this is the Tegan Knox action figure, first time in the line. And here's what she wrote me. The action figure wrote to me. Thank you for purchasing me and predicting I would be fired from the WWE soon. Your morbid ESP prediction came true, GL1. I was released a year after you bought me. I bought this in 2020. I remember you saying, don't know who she is, bet she won't last. Well, I didn't, along with my occasional tag partner, Dakota Kai. And here's Dakota Kai, who I also purchased in 2020. And actually, I purchased 3 figures, all within about 2 months from each other. So she goes on to say, Dakota was fired last week, a year before her contract was up. I remember you saying, don't know who she is, bet she'll be gone soon. Well, once again, your cruel clairvoyance came true, but you weren't done, were you? You took one look at Toni Storm, action figure, and here's the Toni Storm action figure, and said, she heard you, Toni Storm, there's so many blondes in WWE that look like her. Bet she won't last. Well, you were right again. You purchased us all in the space of a couple of months, and we were all gone in about a year. Let's face it, you don't watch NXT, you don't know its wrestlers, but you use your powers of ESP for nothing good but to predict who will be gone soon. Thanks. Well, what can I say? You know, when I see a wrestling figure that I don't know and it says first time in the line, I'm thinking, you know, first time in the line, that makes it more collectible, and I don't know who this wrestler is, and they probably will be gone soon. And it looks like I have a pretty good hit rate on that. And, you know, I have Yoda over here and Darth Vader, and they have some experience with such forces as, you know, telling the future and, you know, maybe, you know, clairvoyance, ESP. So I thought I would get their takes on what they might think about what I have done here. Go to Yoda first. Yoda?
Control, you must grant control.
All right, well, I think I was controlling my ESP to be able to figure out, you know, who was going to be gone soon. Is anything else you'd like to add?
It is the future you see.
It is. It is the future I see. But there you go. It's quite apropos. Vader, how about you? What do you think?
No, I am your father.
non sequitur. Can you say something maybe having to do with what we're already talking about, and you're not my father?
If you will not fight,
No.
then you will meet your destiny.
And there he goes again with meeting my destiny. I think my destiny was to be able to predict that those three action figures would not be in the WWE very long. Yoda, you seem to have a better idea of being able to, key into what I'm talking about here.
You must complete the training.
I will complete the training, but I think I'm doing pretty well, don't you?
You must not go.
I'm not going. I'm going to stay right here. Yeah, Yoda, you just you're doing a good job of encouraging me. Don't worry, I'll be staying around. Vader, last words?
What is thy bidding,
No,
my master?
I'm not. All right. I'm your master. I kind of push your buttons, don't I? Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed that quick segment. Thank you very much, everybody. This is Geo1 out, and I will be seeing you later.